Hi everyone, today I am going to record another short story and the title is called Ahmad Marjan. Before I start this story, I would like to add a few words about this story. Kindly complete your study and follow the instructions of your parents when you are alive, especially those people who are financially good, because once their parents they are not alive, when they close their eyes, the whole system is completely changed. So you cannot live the life the way you were living when your parents were alive. So kindly take the advantage of this happiness, this wealth, and this if they send you to the good colleges and schools, complete your study. So let's start. The title is Ahmad Marjan. He said some phrases in English and let the customer to leave his shop. He was lucky enough that his customer didn't know much English or more than him. If he would have known more than him, then it would have been very difficult for him, because Ahmad Marjan wasn't that good in English. He knew few and typical phrases in English which he heard from here and there. Ahmad Marjan belonged to a well-off family, but he had such a twist in his life that his standard of living, instead of increasing, started decreasing. When they were well off and his father was alive, who was doctor by profession, at that time they used to live in a big villa which Marjan's grandfather left. Marjan was living very dandy life at that time when his parents were alive. Everyone had his own car. He used to wear expensive clothes. Marjan never even thought that he will be living life like this. His elder brothers and sisters completed their education when his father was alive, and they were living posh life, but Marjan failed thrice in FSC in intermediate examination, and finally he passed his exam in 3rd division. His family has good reputation, so he got admission in BSc, but for Marjan it was hard not to crack. So he thought of doing Bachelor of Arts, not Bachelor of Science instead. While he was deciding to do this, his father died. As his father died, his elder brothers changed their attitude with him. Now sisters were remaining, but his pride didn't give him permission to take their help. So Marjan didn't complete his graduation. Now he was called FSC 3rd division. His family has good relations with other families and they were not poor, so his family thought to find a compatible match for Marjan. Like this, Marjan got married, but this marriage didn't bring him happiness. He still had same bad habits which he used to have when his father was alive, like smoking gold leaf cigarette, expensive car, nice dressing, and his tailor was the most expensive tailor of Rawalpindi called Chiragdin. He used to import jeans from England. Now things were changed. After marriage, he didn't like that someone support him and his wife. He started searching for some job, but with 3rd division intermediate certificate, he didn't find any job. While he was searching for some job, he had an accident and he lost his one eye. His brothers and sisters paid the hospital and operation bill. So like this, he came home with one eye. His other eye was artificial, made of stone. Now he used to see everyone with one eye, means equally in a satirical way. But he used to wear glasses, black ones, just to pretend that he is wearing sunglasses. Nobody knew that Marjan's one eye is artificial. The only people who knew this secret were his close relatives, family. Sometimes your fate gives you severe punishment. Same thing happened with Marjan. After this accident, God gave him son, and on the other hand, the one and the only well-wisher of Marjan, his mother died as well. Because of her, he was eating and living in that house. As he lost his mother, where he was living with his wife and his son, his brothers and sisters decided to sell out this house because everyone wanted his share. They divided the money which they have after selling that house. They gave Marjan his part. With that money, Marjan bought a small house and he started a small business. His standard of living was already low. After his father's death, now it was worse. After his mother's death, one couldn't even think about this, that Marjan, his one brother was brigadier, one was deputy commissioner, and two sisters were doctor. Among them, there will be big difference. There will be big difference of status. That they were even willing to see him. They always tried to avoid him. And Marjan too. Like this, his life was going on. Now Marjan designed his life like that. He used to search nice and good shirts and jeans from Lenda shop, second-hand shops. Lenda is second-hand shop. Like this, he used to satisfy his conscience. His cigarette brand was still same, Gold Leaf. He used to buy only 2 cigarettes daily, which he used to keep in his empty box of Gold Leaf. Whenever he felt that the box is dirty or in a bad condition, he used to change it. He bought a second-hand car from junkyard. The car's condition wasn't good, but giving him company. Early in the morning, his wife used to prepare breakfast for him, and he used to take bath in a way, taking shower. He had a silver bucket and there was a silver bowl. He used to drop water with that silver bowl on his head like he is having shower. After this, he used to change his clothes, then breakfast. He used to bring jam or butter sometime fried egg. After all these things, he used to wear his shoes which were worn and torn after a lot of polishing. He used to place the only box of Gold Leaf in his briefcase, and other than this box, there wasn't anything in his briefcase. Whenever his car gave him problem, he went to the mechanic. There he used to place his one leg on a wooden stool, and he used to open his briefcase to take out the packet of cigarette, the only packet of Gold Leaf cigarette, which always had 1 or 2 cigarette. He never wanted and showed anyone that someone see his briefcase. He used to take 1 cigarette from the box and he used to throw the empty box in a corner. So this was last cigarette in his box, in the box. Although he used to buy 2 cigarettes in the morning, he used to smoke 1 cigarette and other just to show the mechanic. He used to throw, but it happened always that he took back his box, but he always made sure that mechanic isn't watching. And like this, he used to put back the cigarette box in his briefcase. The mechanic never discovered Marjan's this trick. Where Marjan bought his new house, his neighbors, people around him was thinking that Marjan is someone very special. Where he has his small shop, for them he was the most powerful man in the market. Like this, Marjan has created his own world. Sometimes he used to feel very bad in his loneliness, that if he would have completed his education when his father was alive, he would have taken it seriously. He wouldn't have been living like this, disconnected with everyone. But now it was too late. Life was moving slowly. Whatever he was, but Marjan was kind at heart. It was true that he used to lie sometime, and he was a little bit hypocrite, but he never hurt anyone. It was his routine, waking up early in the morning, going to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and coming back home in the evening. His wife wasn't very happy with him, but she never hurt his feelings and respected her husband's dignity. During this period, God gave them another baby, and this was a baby girl. They named her Marjan. Due to this new baby, their expenses were increased. They had their own house, so they used to manage the budget. But when his wife used to think about their kids' future, she used to scream. Sometimes she used to complain to Marjan about their life, but she knew that their income was limited. He used to give her same example that look around, the people who are living around us are much poorer than us. After hearing this justification, she used to remain quiet. Marjan went to work like he used to go every day, but on the way his car broken down. His motor mechanic was quite near, so he went there. The car mechanic was busy in repairing someone's car. The car was very expensive and mechanic knew that he will get more money, so he didn't really care about Marjan's existence. Marjan didn't like this. He started waiting. He wanted to light his cigarette, but his lighter didn't have gas. He went to the person who was wearing nice suit and latest and shining shoes. When he saw the gentleman, he got shocked because he was his father's best friend, Mirza Saab. He recognized him at first sight. He gave him lighter, but Marjan placed back his cigarette in box for respect's sake. He asked him, why you needed to come? So he said, my car is broken down. I was going to work, but I think I will be late today. He said, you don't need to worry. I will give you lift. You tell me what you do. Marjan said, uncle, I have a small shop. The gentleman saw Marjan's car, heard about the small shop. He got shocked because Marjan had very lavish and dandy life. He was loving and favorite child of his family. He said, Marjan beta is son. Tell me honestly, what is the truth? Marjan said, uncle, there isn't anything. I have my own house, business and car. I have everything. I have 2 kids, and above all, my wife has a wonderful personality. That gentleman said, but your elder brothers, they are living luxurious life. I don't know if you know that. Your elder brother's name has been nominated for the general. Yes, I know that. I read about him in the newspapers. Marjan, you are hiding something. Why there is such difference between you and their standard of living? Thank you very much. I hope you like my video. Like my video, subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. This is half of the story and this is the first episode of this story. And in the next episode, I will record the second episode and the last of this Ahmad Marjan. Thank you very much and kindly pay attention on my humble suggestion. So when your parents are alive, listen to them. And when you can afford education, complete your education. Thank you very much.